Excellent. Well, like I said, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Today's webinar is aimed at parents and obviously encouraging summer engagement with your children over the summer holidays. So we're just going to touch upon areas of Education City that are going to help just kind of that continuity of education, really. And those days where it might be a little bit miserable outside and they're bored, you can direct them to these areas. So we've not got an agenda today. We are just going to head straight into Education City. But before we do that, as always, if you've been to any previous webinars, you know that we absolutely love to hear from you. Any questions that you've got. You'll notice on your taskbar, there is a button called Q&A. Now, the benefit of that is you can type a question in, it will ping up on my screen and I can answer those questions as quickly as possible. There is the option on there to ask a question anonymously as well. So that is the best option. We do obviously have the chat box, but just be aware that won't kind of ping up onto my screen. So I won't get around to that one as quickly as I would the other one. And as always, it's a made-up school I'm going to be showing you today. We are going to be working off of a student account, and everything in there, the data in there, the student's name are all completely made up. So please don't worry about sort of seeing that information. It is okay, not against any GDPR issues. It's all completely fine. And it is also an English account, but I will point out any differences for you as we're working our way through. Right then, Education City. And we see we've got go.educationcity.com. Now, just before we look at that, I really want to show you ever so quickly. I log out just here. You can see this is our login page for Education City. Now, if you've got Wand in your school, excellent. You've obviously got that login with Wand. Make sure that is set up. But one thing I do need to tell you about is over the summer, as well as every other day, Education City, if you are a student, you click forgotten your login details, student or parent, we aren't able to provide you that information. It is against our GDPR policy. So it's really, really important that at the end of the academic year, teachers are giving out those login details to their students so they can continue that use over the summer. Education City is a 24 hours a day, 365 days a year resource. So really important, have that login so that you can use it. So as parents, make sure you start your child's teacher to get your username and password for your child or children to use over the summer there as well. And again, they'll talk you through if you've got the single sign-on, but this is the main way, making sure you've got your username and password just there. Always worthwhile just noting it down as well somewhere, I don't know, in a book, a diary, on a phone, wherever you need to note it down, just so that you've got that there. And it is case sensitive as well, so just be aware of that. There we go. And here we are on our homepage for Henry. There he is. We've obviously got the little avatar there that we can change. And this is something teachers can see when they're logged in as well. So they can sort of see how Henry's feeling. You know, maybe he's feeling a little bit tired. Maybe he's a little bit excited his birthday's coming up or something. Just excited about the end of school. There we go. We've got that there. And what I want to actually do is start off not in Henry's account. We're going to start off in Education City homepage. So educationcity.com, you can see there is a tile here entitled free resources. And you've got obviously the webinars that we've got. You can watch them again in your own time, share them with other parents if you wish to. But we do have a lot of downloadables, things that you can use, including a summer skills filler pack just there. You've got some other things about summer solstice you can see there, a nature scavenger hunt, that's a good one just there, and even some things to do with keeping fit. We do have this one here called the 30-day activity challenge. and you can click just there and it will open up. So again, this is a bit of fun. It's going to keep children engaged. It's going to encourage continuity of learning. But there's things that they can do, like visiting a local library to check out a book, or play hide and seek in the garden. Why wouldn't you? You know, if the weather's like this, why wouldn't you? So have a look at those resources. And then when you head into your Education City account, you can find tools to support those areas. So if we start by, let's maybe look at the summer, and we're going to head into the subjects area just here. I'm going to start over in science, because what I want to talk to you about are the investigations that we have available. Loads of fun things that maybe don't even require that much effort, like drawing around your shadow at 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock, and just seeing that difference as it changes. And you can sort of start to pinpoint whereabouts the sun is. Obviously it rises in the east and sets in the west, so you can sort of start to establish where the sun, where the earth is moving around the sun and where we are in relation to that. And any year group that you select, whether it be Scottish curriculum, you'll see you've got early, first and second. Whatever level you select, you'll find think kits that are great for investigation. And you can even filter down just here in that topic filter. I'm going right the way down there to investigation. Loads of resources, absolutely loads. Keeping fit, looking at the sun and the moon, investigating plants, that's a really good one. Great thing I used to do with my niece and nephew, get a little bit of soil out the garden and pop it in one of those little plastic lunch bags, pop a seed in and stick it to a window. What they'll be able to do is start to understand how the roots grow before the flower does. And it's really, really great for sort of those visual and kinesthetic learners as well, because it really sort of brings out their inquiry skills. So yeah, have a look at any of those. Loads of resources there that you will have access to. Now, if we head back over here to the subjects area, obviously you've got that little breadcrumb trail just there. Don't forget you've got those foundational skills, those skills that your child or children are going to need throughout their education. Things like telling the time. You'll find loads of tools for telling the time. And again, we can search telling the time. There we go. Loads of resources in there. Have a look at those. And remember, if it's an activity, meaning it's got the little jigsaw puzzle logo on it, that means it gets marked automatically as well. So great for independent learners. They can do the activity, they can see where they've gone wrong, they can have another go. And the best thing is teachers will be able to see that as well. Anytime they've done an activity, because it gets marked automatically, teachers will be able to log in and go, oh, great for little Jimmy. He's logged in, he's done that activity of his own accord. And while we're on the subject of those tools that children are going to need throughout their education, timetables. There's a great times tables bundle in here in the maths section. You've got the videos there to practice their times tables along with some activities. And you've even got a little times tables checker at the end there as well. Again, it's like a little mini assessment, so that's marked automatically as well. Absolutely fantastic. It's so easy to navigate. You find the subject area, you find the year group, you find the resources that you want to do, even down to phonics. Now, I've got to be honest with you, when I was teaching, phonics wasn't a strong skill. Be perfectly honest with you. But the phonics bundle in here is so, so handy, because each sound set comes with a learn screen that tells you, how to pronounce the sound. So instead of saying p and d, you're doing, you know, you've got that correct. It shows you how to write the letter. So you've got that magic finger going on, making sure that you are drawing the letter correctly, and it gives you the letter name. So, you know, it accomplishes all three of those tick boxes, if you like, to do with sounds and phonics. Do check those out. And then they're for you guys as parents as well. You can learn them. If you're struggling with anything, have a look in here. You know, there's gonna be resources to help you. The difference between coordinating and subordinating conjunctions, it's difficult to explain. So have a look in here, find the resources to help you so that you can help your child or children there as well. Excellent. So back on the homepage, in addition to the subjects area, we do have our search content in that top right hand corner. This is great if your child's been given like a project to do. So they can search for what it is that they're looking at. Maybe they're looking at a PSHE topic and they want to know a little bit more about feelings and emotions, how your face will express your feelings and emotions. There's loads of resources in there, and why you might be feeling that way as well. Loads of tools. But we do have a number of cross-curricular resources. Even if your child hasn't been given a topic, here we go. We have our Grandly Geographic series that links over to geography. Get them to pick the country that they want to support in obviously the games that are going on at the moment in the football. You could be Wales, you could be Scotland, you could be England, Northern Ireland. Get them to pick one, and then they can use these resources to almost create like a project around that football team. So personally, if I was to pick one, then you could create a leaflet, you could create a PowerPoint, you could create any kind of project that you wanted to, even down to sort of using your arts and crafts there as well. So do check those out. We do have a number of cross-curricular resources there as well. I'm just going to pause for a moment, see if we've got any questions from anybody. None just yet. I'll keep checking though, guys, don't worry. So with regards to finding resources independently, we've got our subjects, we've got our search content, and you can search for something to do with their age range or their learning ability, or you can search for something that they find interesting. You know, that's the great thing about certain units of education. If it's something they enjoy, then they're gonna excel at it. So, you know, you've got space in there, you've got plants, you've got flowers, you've got animals, anything they enjoy, you'll find some resources to support them. Now, in addition to those areas, their class teacher might have set them some summer learning to do, maybe like something they can dip in and out of, bit of a pick and mix of resources. And that might give you a bit of guidance as to what it is that your child needs to do as well. So if we head over classwork, we can see we've got homework here as well. And here it is, that summer learning for 2021. We can open that up. We can see that Miss B here, she's put in a bit of a, you know, some summer learning ideas for you kids. Have a great summer. A little bit of a comment just there. And you can see you've got an array of resources and areas for them to be working on there as well. So you've got things to do with the seasons. Well, that's going to be great during this weather. Fantastic. Even down to like watching the weather with you after the news. It's really going to give them that insight into that contextual learning just there. And you can see here we've got some tools on poetry, some great resources there. Again, they might have been asked to write a poem about their favourite summer day during the holidays, whatever it is. You've got resources there for them to work through. Again, if you need anything in addition, you can always have a look via the search or the subject areas there as well. And in addition to that, do you remember me telling you about those activities that get marked automatically? Well, What that does is it creates these scores. We head over here. Any activities that have been completed will give them their best score. And it might be that the teacher has said to little Lucy, right, I want you to get 85% on all of your activities in English. Well, she can have a go, she can see her best score, and she can have another go, maybe once she's done a bit more learning. So it really is that sort of self-confidence, building that self-confidence, building that individual independent learning skills just there. And that's the same across the subjects as well. There we go. So have a look in the scores. It will give you a bit of an insight as well as to where the gaps lie for your child and the things that they need to work on. The other thing that would do that is the revision area just here. Any assessments that your child or children have completed throughout the academic year, they may receive a revision journal. And what that does is A, it tells you their score, and B, it provides them with up to 15 tasks for them to do to independently improve their learning outcome in that area. So we click revise and we work our way through these. And again, as a parent, this is something you can look at. And if you see that your child is maybe struggling with money, go to the shops with them and say, right, you've got £3 to spend on treats for this week, but if you go over, you don't get any treats. Or give them a job. You know, here's £5, you get to buy all of the drinks for this couple of weeks, however long it is that you go shopping. And if they go over that amount, maybe they have to pay out of their pocket money. So, you know, you've got those options there, even down to emptying out your coin purse and getting children to count all the 2p's, counting in twos there as well. So you've got the advantage there of the money, but you're also using 2 times tables. And then maybe if they've got a pile of 5 2p's, exchanging those for a 10 and looking at those sort of this is equal to this, which is equal to this there as well. So really, really useful. You can have a look through these. You can work out where it is that your child needs to work on. But if they've not got any revision journals, you can always use the subjects area. Just going to check really quickly if we've got any questions on there, guys. None at the moment. Do have a look on our website though. I just head back over to the website just there, because you will find all of these webinars are recorded. And where are they? Here we go. Previous webinars, you can have a look at them on here or on our YouTube page as well. So again, pass that information on to anybody who might need it. And you can always get in touch with us if you need anything else. Obviously, we've got our questions here. Just having a look, see if we've got any being typed. While we're doing that really quickly, heading back to the homepage, your child might be using a tablet, an iPad, a laptop, whatever it is throughout the summer. Obviously, we don't want them to do that. We want them to go outside, get a bit of exercise, explore, inquire. But we do have our online safety bundle. This is filled with tutorials, worksheets, and activities for them to do to make sure they are staying safe online, particularly in some scenarios for our older students, about sharing information, cyberbullying, staying safe and happy whilst they are working online, just there. And always remember, we've got our fun games here at Education City. We've got loads of fun educational games. Here we go. For English and maths. And if we scroll down a little bit further, we can filter down to the games just here and you can have a look at those. And if I just go into Upper Key Stage 2 for a moment, just so that you can see, we've got our traditional Play Live game for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And this is sort of thing as well that's quite competitive. So nothing to stop you from logging on to a different device and competing against your child. And it might just encourage them to keep trying there as well. And if you've not got another device, not to worry. One of you can have a go, try and set a score that the other one has to beat. So have a look at those. And we've also got loads of new resources, or new games, I should say, are splat games. They're lots of fun, like the old school whack-a-mole games you used to find in the arcades. And these are looking at times tables, factors, multiples. You'll find loads of them in there, as well as looking at, I believe it's in Key Stage 1. Let's have a quick look at that just there. Where is it? Here we go. Capital letters, punctuation, vowels, and consonants. So again, really supporting that independent learning through fun. You know, they are a lot of fun. Personally, the Play Live Words is one of my favorites. It's kind of like a giant game of Boggle. So do check those out. There we go. That is what it looks like for your child. And like I said, it is vitally important. Ask your child's teacher to make sure that you have your login details, and make sure that you type it in exactly as it appears, because it will be case sensitive there as well. Last little bit of information for you, just to see if you're typing in any questions. If your school uses Marvelous Me to support engagement, you can now issue EducationCity badges. I think that's quite brilliant. I like that. So again, if your school uses Marvelous Me, have a word with your child's teacher to see about that. We don't have any questions, guys, but not to worry, you can always get in touch with us. Customer service at educationcity.com. If there's anything that you want to ask about, any queries that you might have, and that website address again to find those downloadables and any past webinars, www.educationcity.com. Now we do have a couple more webinars coming up. We've got another parental engagement webinar in a week or so. So anybody who's missed it today, always encourage them to attend the next one. Alternatively, we obviously have the recordings on our webpage and on our YouTube page as well. If I don't see you at future webinars this term, have a lovely summer. Enjoy the lovely weather that we're supposed to be getting. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.